Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and I'm here to give you some recommendations for the challenges I came up for Queers Gone By. If you missed my announcement a couple of days ago, you definitely should check that out, so I will link it in places. But essentially, Queers Gone By is a 3-month-long reading challenge where you're trying to read books based on qualities of queer people from history. I was assigned 2 celebrities, I came up with 5 challenges for each of them, and I'm just going to rapid fire through some suggestions for each of the challenges. These are by no means the only books that fit these challenges, but I just want to get the creative juices going so you can figure out some books that will work for you. First, I'll do the challenges for Anne Bancroft, who is an explorer who is currently still living. I just wanted to preface this list by saying that I have read some of these, but I have not read all of them. Some of them just happen to fit the qualifications for this list. Because there are definitely some categories where I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to read, and maybe that's what I've put on the list for it. The first challenge was to read a book that was written or set between 1955 and present, because Anne was born in 1955 and is currently still living. This is obviously completely wide open, but you could read something like The Lies We Tell Ourselves, which is set in the 1950s. You could read Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, which is a classic play by Tennessee Williams that just anybody should read. Or you could go ultra-modern and read The Hate You Give. The next challenge is to read a book with an all-female cast, and I got some help from Twitter for this one, so I'll actually link that thread down below. But a few suggestions I got for that category are Wilder Girls, Passing Strange, and On a Sunbeam. I actually got way more suggestions to that, and like I said, I will link that Twitter thread down below. The next challenge is a book set in the future, and I've read all of these titles: A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, The Martian, and the Ugly series. The next challenge is to read a book featuring climate change or dire weather circumstances, and there is a whole genre called climate fiction that I'm going to dive into at some point. The only one on this list that I've actually read, and I've probably actually only seen it performed, I probably haven't actually read it, is The Tempest by Shakespeare. But you could also read Solar by Ian McEwan, or you could read the Science in the Capital series by Kim Stanley Robinson. The 5th challenge is to read a book based on adventure, and I've read all of these as well. You could read The Hobbit, We Sold Our Souls, A Series of Unfortunate Events, or Life of Pi. On to the challenges and suggestions for Frida Kahlo. The first challenge is to read a book set between 1907 and 1954, which is when she lived. I personally only read 3 out of 5 of these, but you could read The Lord of the Flies, which I don't really actually suggest, but it's just something that I guess people should read so you can make fun of it. You could also read Diary of Anne Frank, 1984, The Great Gatsby, or Rebecca. The next challenge is to read a graphic novel, and I think for this one I'm going to end up reading Honor Girl, although I am also reading Bloom very soon for the Queer Lit Readathon. And then obviously I suggest Heartstopper, Check Please, and any of the Faith comics. The 3rd challenge is to read a book with a disabled main character, and for this one you could go with El Defo, you could go with Far From You. You could also go with The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, or Sadie. The next challenge is to read a book set in Mexico or with a protagonist from Mexico, and I've read the first 2 of these. I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, Certain Dark Things, Like Water for Chocolate, or The Ruins. And the 5th challenge is a fantastic challenge because it is so wide open, and it's just to read a book with an aesthetically pleasing cover. You could do something like Going Off Script, or Reign of the Fallen, or so many options. And there you have it. There are some suggestions to get your TBR started for the Queers Gone By challenge. I will link all of the other hosts below because they will also have suggestions for the challenges they came up with. Do you have any books that fit any of these challenges that you're just dying to tell me about? Please let me know down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. I will see you actually tomorrow with a TBR for a different queer challenge. Bye!